What can you do to get that look? That look that's in your eyes where you know without a shadow of a doubt, you got this. And so does everybody else in the room. Where does that look come from? Is that something that you develop? Is that something that you can get after you do a certain kind of exercises? Or is it something you have to rehearse and practice so that that confident poise is something that you're totally rocking and rolling in all the time? Well, you've probably seen some of my recent shorts talking about confidence and all the bull crap that's been told to us regarding confidence. I'm going to dig into this subject in a little bit more detail this time around because I've been a little out of the game for a little while and I'm ready to jump back in. If you're ready to dig into the soil of this and get into the heart of confidence, then come on, my friend, let's jump into this garden together. Hey, welcome back to you. My name is D. Grant Smith. I am the growth farmer for personal development. I use a combination of storytelling with spiritual and personal growth and personal development lessons, all infused together to be able to understand ourselves, our journey, our connection with God, and how to really move forward into us living our most favorite stories each and every day. Now, storytelling is a big part of what I do, and it's a big part of what I exemplify and the ways that I communicate with you here on this platform and really just about everything else that I do. I've recognized that storytelling is such a huge part of all of our lives because we are all living stories. We are literally a story that is living out loud, and we are also living stories. And our stories are in our consciousness, they're in our belief systems, they're in the things that we have been taught and accepted as true in our lives. If you've read any of Neville Goddard, you know that he talks about this in reference to what is called self-concept. Now, what I want to talk with you today about is the subject of confidence. Confidence is something that, I'll be super honest with you, for a big portion of this year, I was not operating in a lot of it. I've experienced some pretty significant challenges and hurdles in 2023 that really rocked my world in some very big, powerful, epic ways. Stuff that made some of the really big, difficult things I went through about 6 years ago pale in comparison. Now, I also recognize that this was an essential part of my journey. I had to go through these challenges. I had to go through these difficulties because it's all about leveling up in consciousness. And we can't level up in consciousness and become the things that we are affirming all the time if we are not actually embodying that version of ourselves. So I have been affirming for a long time that I am powerful, I am strong, I am successful, I am amazing at everything that I do. Well, how do you live out that kind of affirmation? You get challenged with the opposite of it. You get put in situations and circumstances that test to see whether or not you really are who it is that you're claiming to be. And so what I found this year is that my confidence was really tested. It was really tested to see, are you really going to be as a statement of being, as a level of consciousness? Are you going to be this person that you're saying with your words? Because if the words don't match the consciousness, then it's not really real. This is a reminder to you guys, if you are someone who practices affirmations, and I'm somebody that has been practicing affirmations for a very long time, as well as all kinds of other different techniques and modalities, all of these things are tools. They are all help to get us to raise our consciousness. It's not the affirmations that have any power. It's not the meditation itself that has any power. It's not the journaling or scripting practice that has any power. It is you and your willingness to shift into a different conscious state. That is what gives all of this stuff power. And ultimately, that is where real confidence comes from. It is an inner game. Now, I want to challenge you with something because this is something that I've been thinking about a good bit, and I did some research. I don't have access to royalty-free images to be able to show this on the screen right now, so But if you want to see for yourself, do a simple Google search for weight loss or weight transformation before and after photos. And here's what I want you to look at. Yes, you'll notice that some people that maybe had some body weight issues, or maybe they were a little chunky or had some love handles or whatever, and then that's the before picture. You switch over to the after picture and they're ripped and they're slim and they're toned and they're muscular. Yes, that's an obvious transformation. That's not what I want you to pay attention to. Here's what I want you to pay attention to. Look at the facial expression on their face. Look into their eyes in the before picture. Tell me what story their eyes are telling you. I've done some look at all of this stuff and done some research just paying attention to the eyes, because the eyes tell the truth. I made a video about this that I'm going to link up here, so you can have another insight into not only confidence, but how our eyes and the eye of the tiger, it's an internal game. It's not something that we do a bunch of exercises for. You can do affirmations all day long. You can listen to repeated affirmation tracks all day long. It might eventually start to change the way that you think, which is great. But unless you decide to change the way you think and the way you feel about yourself, your eyes are still going to tell that same old story. That same old story of, I'm just not sure about myself. I really don't know. I don't really feel like I'm all that. I don't really feel like I'm all there, and I don't really believe in myself. Now notice when you look at the body transformation photos of these people that went from being one body type, overweight, not healthy, into being trim, toned, and muscular, look at those eyes. Those eyes are telling a different story. Now, are they telling a different story just because of their body? Or are they telling a different story because there's a different story going on in their minds about the way they see themselves? I believe it's the latter. I know this from my own personal experience, because like I said at the beginning of this video, at an earlier part this year, actually leading up to about a month ago, I was not carrying myself very well. Go and watch any of my previous videos for the past 5 or 6 or 7 months of this year. Look at my eyes. Listen to my voice. Notice how it's very different than what you're seeing and what you're hearing right now. I will admit to you, I was not operating in confidence. I was doing my best to show up. I was doing my best to be present. I was doing my best to be the leader and the teacher that I know I'm called to be, but also that I felt like you guys deserve to have. But I was not actually facilitating that. And for that, I'm sorry. I was not being the best version of myself while talking about being the best version of yourself. I was doing everything I could to try to overcome this fear and insecurity and going back into an old conscious state. So what made the shift for me? Well, a couple of very good friends and some good mentorship and coaching helped me be able to recognize that there was a couple very key things that I had accepted as true about myself, and also some things that I was completely unaware of and unconscious of that were really affecting the way that I saw myself. And as soon as I became aware of it, it's like a shift happened. A light bulb came on, and I was like, wow, I did not know that. I didn't know that I really only believed in myself when I had certain things going on in my life that worked out well. When I was in a healthy relationship, that was what gave me confidence. And so to not have that, I didn't feel like I was worth much of anything. There's the honest truth. So I had to decide, am I going to let something external to me define who I am? Am I going to let something that doesn't have anything to do with my inner world actually affect and impact my inner world and change my inner state? And as soon as I became aware of the fact that I had let external circumstances dictate my own self-concept and the way that I saw myself, then the light came on. And I had a choice. I could either stay in that broken, miserable, self-defeatist state, or I could rise above that and become who I really am. And I chose the latter. And it didn't take very long. Awareness was the key for me. And there was a noticeable difference in my eyes and a noticeable difference in my voice. And the same thing is true for you. Are you somebody that has been struggling with confidence or struggling to believe in yourself because there are things that are going on in your life that you don't understand? Maybe you're facing serious challenges. Hey, I totally identify with that. I faced some very serious challenges this year. And to be perfectly honest, there's still some challenges that I'm facing right now. But the challenges don't get to define your story. The only person that gets to define your story is you. And the only person that gets to define my story is me. I'm rising to the occasion and stepping into my power and living from this place and doing some very specific things each and every day to stay in this place, this state of consciousness that doesn't back down, that doesn't give up, that doesn't throw in the towel and doesn't say, this is too much for me, I can't handle it. The eye of the tiger is real, but the eye of the tiger is within you. So this is a matter of you deciding who it is that you want to be. Do you want to be somebody who operates out of confidence, self-assuredness, regardless of what external things are going on in your life? If so, I invite you to join me in living from this state and operating like the lion that already exists within you. That's right. Confidence isn't something that you gain. It's something that you have, and it's something that you choose. And if you want to choose to live from a confident place, again, regardless of what's going on outside of you, regardless of your relationship status, regardless of how much money you have in the bank, regardless of what your job position is, regardless of how other people see you or think about you or what they say about you, irregardless of all of that stuff, to live from a place of self-assuredness, confidence, and a strong self-concept where you are living as the version of you that you want to be, where you are living out the affirmations that you're saying. Join me. I have a beautiful, powerful, and amazingly transformational course that will revolutionize not only the way that you see confidence, but the way that you see yourself. You'll operate from the lion that already lives within you. It's called Confidence Like a Lion, and the training course is provided in the link down below. I will see you in there. If this message resonated with you, drop down and leave me a comment below. Let me know how it resonated with you. And if you want my personal help and training and coaching and guidance and support in your transformational journey, the links for how to access that and how to work with me one-on-one are listed down below. I look forward to the opportunity to work with and serve you. That's it for me for today. Give this video a like, give it a thumbs up, share it with somebody you know to encourage them and give them everything they need to boost their confidence. If you haven't done so already, please subscribe. I appreciate you. It's also so good to be back. I missed you guys so much. You will be seeing much more of me in the near future. I love you, and I'll see you again very soon.